I guess that would officially make us friends. I've been kind of putting it off this whole time. But I guess
Me
after
too.
after this, I'll have to officially say we're friends.
Oh my gosh, this is so
Such a
big.
such a big step. Going from
It is.
simply,
Are you ready for this kind of commitment?
I don't know. Before we were just acquaintances who would meet up on and talk on a podcast every other week
Yeah,
for an hour. But now it's more than acquaintances. So,
it is.
yeah.
We're friends. We're chums.
Actually, not
We're
yet.
buckos.
We haven't
No,
officially
we're not chums.
friended. Not until the requests have been accepted. So
Oh, okay.
Right
I'll
now
have my
we're-
people talk to your people.
okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get into it.
Hello and welcome to Unqualified, a show where two guys of indeterminate origin talk about things which they have no right
Latino.
talking about. Al Pacino?
No, I am Latino. I'm throwing it out there.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that'll get you canceled, but nobody can prove this.
It give me some extra brownie points, yeah.
It might.
Yep. You can say whatever you want, and no one can see.
It's true. No
And even
one
if
can
they
prove
could see,
this.
they don't know. So
That's true. You are certainly not a red-headed white male.
whoa. First of all, if I was, it would be strawberry blonde. Second of all,
Okay.
it's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat paradox, where I haven't ever taken an ancestry test. So theoretically, there's just as much of a chance that I could be from any ethnicity because I don't know yet. So there's just as much a chance that I am Latino as I am white. Because
That's a good
it's
point.
never been proven one way or the other.
That's true. There are some factors that I think contribute to the fact that you are not Latino.
No. It hasn't been proven one way or the other. We can leave it at that.
You're right.
Yep.
My bad. Anyways, in this show, we talk about things which I've already said this. We already did the intro. You go first. You have a hot take. You have yours more ready than I do.
I don't know if I'd say it's more ready, but I do have it. So my hot take is that Snapchat is the worst of all the social medias. The lamest, the most pointless. And maybe this is a couple years late. I don't know if people even use Snapchat all that much anymore. I think they do. I think young people
I
do.
still do,
Okay.
but I have
Are you?
I have
you
like 17 different group chats on there, and that's all I use it for.
Would you consider yourself a Snapchat fan, like an aficionado?
No,
Okay. Good.
I only use it for group chats. That is the only purpose I have it.
The thing is that every social media kind of has its niche and like a useful purpose that even though, it's kind of been watered down to something unhealthy, but they all, in theory have some good like social idea, like Facebook. I don't know. Facebook is just kind of like catch-all
Facebook's
of
not
them.
a great example.
Okay, Facebook's not a great example, but it is the main.
Facebook started out as a way to rate women.
That's true, but it's not that anymore. Now it's a way to stay connected with all your old relatives that you would never see, and see their funny memes about minions and stuff.
It's where you get the most primo meme content.
That's right. Instagram is a good like picture gallery that's just focused on visual things. Twitter is a good concept with the whole or I guess X. My bad. X. You got.
I've never heard of Twitter. I only know X.
Yeah, sorry, X. That looks like a porn app or something on my phone. Just that like the big black X. I'm like, it took me like I mean, obviously we all know
Do you
what
have
X
a
is
lot of
now.
those?
No. But we all know what X is now. But like for the first week when it switched over, and I wasn't used to seeing like a big black X icon on my phone, I was like, "What is this?" But anyways, that concept is a good concept. You gotta boil down to your idea to the most like concise form. Snapchat, on the other hand, is all about shortening your attention span, sending out things with no consequence, because everything just deletes, and it's just in general garbage that doesn't really promote any sort of healthy social interactions.
I have a
that's
couple
kinda...
points
Okay.
to go on the opposite side of this if you're finished.
I'll let you go ahead with your points. I'll let you go ahead.
Okay. Okay, cool. Point number one. Snapchat is beautiful because you get to see shaky, grainy videos of other people's nights when they get drunk. You get to see them out at the bar, out at concerts. You get to enjoy that time with them, of them being absolutely plastered and thinking, I need to show all my friends what I'm doing right now.
This is true. I don't know that I'd say that's a good thing or but it is a fact that is something that can happen.
It is a beautiful thing.
You won't see that on any other
so
platform.
much gossip from Snapchat.
If you're a gossip whore, I bet you love Snapchat.
I am.
Yeah.
I do. Well, okay.
Also,
the thing, I don't actually watch anybody's stories or reels because they annoy me.
They're all garbage.
They are. Oh, I have one more point. Point number 2 with Snapchat.
Yes.
Because you brought up that there's no consequences. Everything deletes, your chats delete, your pictures delete.
Yes.
Snapchat is for sending nudes.
Yes, it is.
That's its purpose.
But I know. I know, but my point is also that's not really a healthy social media platform if that is your main purpose. But I guess
That's
that is
true.
a purpose, but Snapchat doesn't, Snapchat just got to commit to it one way or the other. Either it's a nude sending app or it's this, half-assed, lame social media that kind of accents all the worst parts of us. And let's look at these. Have you ever looked at like the news section on Snapchat?
I have not. We're going to it right now. Where is it?
It's all garbage.
Oh God. Turn my volume off.
I don't even...
World's most bouncy shoes? What do you mean? I would have never discovered this without Snapchat.
Literally,
there's one on here that's just...
All of mine is just women, which I don't... I don't know if that says something if it is Snapchat is specifically targeting that content towards me, but it is just...
I mean...
women.
You already mentioned having porn apps.
It's just X. The single
That's
X.
your only porn app?
Not multiple. There's no multiple X apps. But yeah, just scrolling through this.
You keep it all in files on your phone, hidden. That's right. I remember now.
That's true. Yeah. No. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm finding articles about Fortnite. Here's girls mud wrestle.
Okay. Nice. Classy.
A lot of girls working out, which
nice.
A lot of
still classy.
Random TikTok trends. Why all of TikTok hates this guy, which I have no clue who this guy is. Jenna Ortega breaks down.
I guess you're not on TikTok then.
I'm not on TikTok.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You recognize this guy? This guy right here?
Yeah, that's Randall Cranston, okay? Everybody knows him.
Why does all of TikTok hate Randall Cranston? Wait, let me just open Snapchat and find out. Oh, here's the other thing. I can't even find out because it's just a ton of filler ads and repeating the exact same thing over and over again for 10 slides before you even learn anything. So I'm not learning anything by opening up this story.
You don't want to know about the rise and fall of Randall Cranston?
I mean, I do, but not in the way Snapchat is trying to tell me.
It's just like a PowerPoint presentation. Everybody's favorite.
The PowerPoint presentations are no one's favorite. Is that how they like presented this in their Snapchat conferences? It'll just be a bunch of PowerPoint presentations. And
Well,
everyone,
actually, they
applauded
used,
and got excited.
They made everybody sign up for the app so they could see their story in which they pitched Snapchat.
I see.
Mr. Chat was the first person on Snapchat.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Chat.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Snapchat.
Snapchat, of course. Yeah. I will say the filters are actually kind of fun. The filters are cool. For a free app, they're pretty cool. But if anything, TikTok has kind of taken over the filter world. Like I would say, TikTok has better filters than Snapchat at this point. Though at one point, Snapchat was cool for the filters. That was the one thing.
I don't really think Snapchat was ever cool.
No, it was cool. It was like, I mean, in the social world, it was cool for a time.
I still don't think it was cool. It's not cool. It's very cringy.
Maybe not to you, but it was very much like a hip. That it was like the number one social media platform for like 3 or 5 years.
5 days.
3 or 5 years.
Really?
I mean, let's look. I mean, I don't have a statistic to back that up because I'm unqualified to talk about it, but I would bet you it was the top social media platform in 2018. No, maybe even earlier, 2017. It was probably still Facebook. Yeah.
Do you
it's
know
always going to be
people,
Facebook, but of people our age, at that time, it was Snapchat.
Well, I was going to ask that. Do you know people our age who still use Facebook? Because I know a lot of people who still do, and it's weird.
Not like, I know people that have like accounts, but no one that regularly posts their life updates on it. So
right.
Yeah. No.
The girls I work with, they have Facebook just so that they can stalk certain coworkers of ours, so we can get gossip about them.
Facebook is good for that, even better than Snapchat. Like scrolling back to like,
well, I guess
2013 profile pictures. And seeing what people were posting as their profile pictures in like 2013, that you can get a lot of good.
I had
get a good idea of
as my profile picture.
I could have.
That's not true.
I could have guessed that.
I did not do that. I was not that cringe. There was a point where I did have one of the characters from Assassin's Creed as my profile picture.
That's a little cooler at the time.
And then I got in trouble from my parents because they were like, you shouldn't even know what that game is. And then my dad went on this whole rant about how video games cause violence and they're pornographic. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Bring your dad on the show.
No.
We can. That's a good hot take. We can have our first guest.
No. Hard no. I love my father. No.
Anyways, the only social media...
I might cut that out if he listens to this.
I will say the only social media app that I regularly use and enjoy is Be Real, which I feel like a lot of people don't like.
What
anyways.
in the flying fart is Be Real?
Do you have you not heard of it, or do you not understand?
No.
You haven't heard of it?
I have never heard of Be Real.
Okay.
Okay.
Be Real?
I need you to understand.
Yeah.
I have deleted. So I technically have a Facebook account that hasn't been active in years. I only have it so I can get on Messenger and Facebook Marketplace.
Same.
I have a Snapchat for group chats. And that's it for social media.
I haven't sent a snap in like a year.
I don't send Snapchats, but like all my friends, we've had Snapchat for years. That's what we use as our group chat format.
Yeah.
So it's like
So the thing with Be Real is that everybody gets a notification at the exact same time. Like, it sends out a notification to all the users, and it says it's time to be real. And you just take a picture with your camera. You have a 2-minute window to take your picture, and then it takes a picture of both. What was that?
How did you do that? I just hit my mic so bad I freaked out. McKay just had balloons appear all around him.
Maybe it's some word that I say that triggers it. I didn't do any motion or anything. Yeah, that was weird. Oh my gosh. Was that you? Are you doing the ducks right now? Okay, you're doing the ducks.
I am. Okay. None of this is being recorded. But
okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Everybody has to take it at the exact same time. You have 2 minutes to take it. It takes a picture with both the front and the back camera, somewhat simultaneously. And then you can only see everyone else's posts for that day if you post. And you can post after the allotted time, but it'll say like McKay was 2 minutes late or McKay was 5 hours late. And then everyone knows that you weren't being real. But what I like about it is that, you know, it is promoting a not, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I'll stop playing with sound effects.
This is scaring me. A super, polished, perfect life sort of thing that is all over every other social media site. And it's not just like endless scrolling. Like you can get to the bottom of your feed and then you're done. And so that's also
that's why
it feels like I got my fix for, being social, or like social media. And it was not being social technically, but for being on social media, I got to see what my other friends are doing at the exact same time, and then I'm done.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to be at the service of my phone. That is like one of the biggest thing that annoys me is, especially when somebody sends me a text message and expects me to respond immediately. The phone is for my convenience. I am not for the phone's convenience. And it pisses me off so much. And like getting a phone call, just fuck off. Don't even.
Doesn't sound like B-Roll's the app for you.
It's not. I would burn my phone if I could.
Well, I'm glad that you're of that mindset, that that your phone lives for you and not the other way around.
Yeah, I went through a whole kind of purge of my phone. I deleted TikTok, Instagram. I can't remember. I remember I deleted a few other apps that I'm just like, I would just sit and scroll on, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I should do something with my time.
Yeah. The only reason is I feel like I do still have Facebook for Marketplace, and I do still have Instagram, just because that is what the social media site that all my friends use and send me stuff on.
Right.
But I don't have TikTok. I don't have Snapchat. Or I do have Snapchat because I just showed you stuff on it, but I don't. I could tell you the last time I opened it. But yeah, I am in general in favor.
It was approximately 3 minutes ago.
Phone. That was the last time I was on Snapchat. Yes. And I learned all about how Randall Crumpus is hated on
Randall Crampston.
Crampston, my bad.
God.
Okay.
You aren't even cool. You aren't hip with the kids like I am.
I wish I was able to talk about Randall Crampston with everybody, but
Crampston.
My bad, Crampston.
Not Cranston. He's not related to the guy from Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston.
Cranston. Yes.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah. Get it right. Be accurate.
Alright, well, I hope to see you on Be Real sometime soon, Anthony.
You won't. Okay. I refuse.
I'll send you a Be Real request right now.
Do it. I dare you. See what happens. You aren't even ready for this. The amount of whooping I'm about to put on you. I'm gonna be so real.
Anyways, that's my hot take.
I mean, it's just social media in general is just, I hate it. I hate it so much.
But the thing is, you can justify most platforms in your head with something that's like good and healthy and keeps people connected and has like a productive
Mhm.
thing and purpose in society. And Snapchat just fulfills none of those, though, is my
Right.
thing. Of all the other ones that you could somehow think, okay, well, it is good that we have this platform for this one thing. There's none of that for Snapchat. Except for
Yeah,
sending
I
nudes, I
can't.
guess.
I can't
But
even like defend them for the bit. Like I do think, like you said, to an extent, there's a connectivity it gives us, which is very nice. I've been able to use like having this instant communication we have. I've been able to keep in contact with friends from across the country and overseas, and been able to keep a relationship with them. But that our life becomes the social media, and like this
yep.
is nothing new. We like every multiple people have said this before I have, but it's just we become so obsessed with the with our appearance online, and I think we're seeing uh the effects of that because like our generation grew up with the first form, not well, I guess the second form of the internet, right?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Like
We are the first generation that grew up having kind of our brains
yeah.
being wired to think, oh,
Mhm.
what am I going to look like online? What happens if I comment this or post this?
But even then, that was before, companies started doing this very manipulative for like trying to figure out how they can make you stay on their platform more by making
Hmm.
it, the scrolling. It's the most addictive. It's what they found was
Yeah.
addictive.
What's that Netflix documentary about the social trap?
Oh, I have no idea.
There's some Netflix documentary that's about that exact thing, how they like fashion the scrolling
Interesting.
to be like gambling,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
how they time the notifications to come at just the right moment, and it's all
Mhm.
designed to keep you on the platform longer. So it's really interesting,
It is, and
but
it's
it's also
but
pretty scary.
like when I was getting on the internet, it was like the early days of YouTube, and it wasn't quite like that. Like ads were not everywhere constantly on the internet. You would get like your sidebar ads, but
Hmm.
and occasionally some pop-ups if you went on a sketchy site. And like it
X.
wasn't amazing. Like it's gotten so much better. The thought behind user interfaces has improved so much. The initial point of all of this whole rant, not the initial point, but I was gonna say this is like our generation we see growing up with it, but then the generation after us we see growing up with social media the whole time.
Hmm.
And like people have said multiple times that the generation, like even our generation, Gen Z and then Gen Alpha, just the way they dress and the way they carry not necessarily carry themselves, but
Yeah.
through fashion and style, it's weird because there's a lot of people that you don't know how old they are.
Yeah,
And
yeah. There's all
but
those
it
like trends where people are posting like, this is my like niece and she's dressed like she's
mhm,
25 years old with like makeup
mhm,
and the latest fashion trends, and it's like, and this
yeah,
is me when I was that same age, and it's like, a girl in pigtails wearing like a cartoon character on her shirt or something.
right. But it's just
Yeah.
odd because it, like yes, we have the effects of that, but the next generations, the effects of that are going to be so much more pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
the way we are image first in everything,
Yeah, and that was
which I
never even. I mean, it was always kind of image first was always kind of a thing, but there was nothing that promoted it in the same way that social
right.
media coming around in the mid 2000s has. So
Yeah,
it's interesting to think about how much
I hate it.
it
Get off social
changes.
media. It's not worth it.
Yeah, get off if you're a young person listening to this. Get off. What are you doing? Get off it.
Yeah,
Get off.
get off. Just stop. Just
Stop it.
stop.
Just stop. Get help.
Stop
Get
your
off.
chats and your snaps and your talks and your ticks.
And your DMs and your tweets, your X's,
Tweets, X's.
your O's, your B reels, your
Yeah.
ticks and your talks.
Stop being on social media and go do drugs like an adult.
Yes, that'll grow you up quick. All right.
Disclaimer, don't do drugs, they're bad. Just have to put that in there just to be
important.
safe.
That is important.
I am not the person to be endorsing that message. Again, I'm glad we don't have video on this.
Because you're a Nazi.
No. You have 1,000 porn apps on your phone.
Whoa. Just X. Just X. That's it.
Just X.
Only one.
And I'm only one Nazi.
One
Again, I'm not a Nazi. That was a joke. I am not a Nazi.
I only have the Twitter app on my phone.
For porn.
Of course. Well, that goes without saying. Yeah. But
obviously,
it's just Twitter.
Nice.
Twitter is also it's gone insane since Elon Musk took over. It's like it literally is if you open up the front page, you literally don't know if there's just gonna be porn on your front page, which that was a thing where it would just blur it out before, or it wouldn't even I don't know. There was always some form of censorship before that kept your opening page decent, but now you could see someone just getting straight up shot in the head or run over by a car or just straight up nudity.
Ooh.
The second you open up the app, it's there's no censorship or anything on it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it's turned into Reddit.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, nice. We definitely need another one of those.
We don't need another Reddit. Reddit has its own place
that's okay. I was on Reddit for a bit.
I do enjoy Reddit. I don't spend time scrolling on Reddit, but it's always the first place I go when I need to see real opinions on something.
Right. That's the thing. Reddit is super useful when you have a niche topic you're trying to find. You have a niche question you're trying to find an answer to. Yeah.
Yep. And I don't ever trust the reviews on actual websites, but if I go on Reddit, I trust them.
It is a cesspool of hate.
It is.
I joined a subreddit of a YouTube channel that I really liked, and I posted a meme on there. And it was just in the middle of the afternoon. I haven't been scrolling because I don't live on Reddit, and I was just thought of this meme, made it up in my phone, and then posted it on Reddit. The first thing I got was somebody saying, I actually posted this 2 days ago. It'd be nice if you give me some credit. And I'm just two people can have the same idea, my guy. Why do you care about your internet points?
Yeah, it is literal internet points. Don't you give points for each other's posts or something? But...
Yeah. When you get upvotes, you get Reddit point things, whatever they are.
What do they say? Thank you for the gold, kind Reddit stranger. Mm-hmm. That's what they say, right?
What?
Didn't you heard people say that before, right? Give each other gold. Okay. Just making sure.
That's a weird thing about Reddit is you can buy. I think you can buy through Reddit awards to give posts in certain subreddits. And that gives them stuff, and it's why? I don't understand the drive to do this.
Yeah, what is what do people get through that? They're not getting any sort of real life clout. In real life, when you say I have 1 million gold points on Reddit, you're not getting anything. No one cares. It's not even a game with V-Bucks on Fortnite or anything. You're not doing anything fun with it. You're just getting points to do what? To look at and then post and say controversial stuff. But I don't know.
It's weird. I don't get it. I don't understand the internet. I don't understand who people become when they're on the internet.
Yeah, that's the best way to phrase it. Is people have this whole other side of them. It's like the same way that people get when they're driving cars, and it's
or when they're gaming too.
Yeah. It's they have the anonymity. Is that the right way?
What's the? There's an Oscar Wilde quote where it's give a man a mask and he will show you his true self or something like that. But the idea is that give someone anonymity and they will become who they truly are. And that makes sense. I get it in the aspect of the internet because I do think that's true. But then that also makes me a little happy because I always try to be kind on the internet.
And that's who you truly are.
Yeah, and I'm like, aw, I'm a nice guy, but not
Also,
a nice
also,
guy
yeah, not a nice
because
what?
no,
Okay.
not a
Oh yeah, I
capital
see what
N
you're
nice guy. Yes,
saying. He's one of the nice guys.
because I have
Yeah.
a very happy relationship.
Oh boy, we don't even need to get
Um,
into the whole what incel culture side of it.
I'm not an incel.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying we don't need to even bring that whole side of Reddit up,
Yeah, that's true.
which is like the whole
So
nice guy,
again,
the whole
social
nice guy
media is
side of it.
bad. Just stop
Yeah.
it. Just stop.
Stop. All right. Well, there we go. No more social
Yeah.
media hot takes for the rest of the length of the show.
Correct.
For every
We're
future
done with
episode.
social media.
We're never talking about it again.
We're on to my hot take. My fantastic, steaming hot, delicious, freshly cooked hot take. McKay, what was the take? I kind of forgot.
It was everybody should be
Yes.
forced to work a retail or food
Yep.
job.
So we all know that a lot of countries have like forced military service when you turn a certain age, whether it's 18, 21. Basically, when you become an adult, as a young person, you have to serve in the military for a certain number of years.
When you told me this prompt earlier, you said forced military time, and then I was thinking, oh, I didn't know countries forced everybody to like their clocks to all be military time. I was like, that's interesting. And then I was like, but wait, how does
that's
that
another hot take.
You think all clocks should be military time?
No, because a 12-hour clock makes sense with the build of a clock, but I think military time makes so much more sense than this AM PM nonsense.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways,
Before
I'm suddenly understanding your hot take better, because before I was like, what does military time have to do with the second half of it?
Okay. Basically, there's legally required military service.
Yes.
That young people are required to go through, whatever length of time it is. I think in the United States, we should have mandatory work in the service industry. Whether it's you're working in a restaurant or retail or what have you, you should have to spend at least a year working in an environment where you have to deal with all these bullshit customers.
I do agree with this. I think it is a good idea because everybody likes to act like they have no clue what's going on. Like you don't how do people have no empathy to the guy standing behind the counter at a fast food place? Like why do you really think they have any control over, the time the kitchen is taking? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What fast food, but what service industries have you worked in?
I have never done retail, but I've been working in restaurants for 2 or 3 years. I can't remember for sure. And then I worked tourism at an amusement park for 6 years.
Yeah, I did.
So I've been customer service since I started working, basically.
I did Mooyah, and it was a burger place on campus my freshman year of college. And then after that, I did cold calls to alumni to ask for money, which I don't even know if that's considered service industry, but it felt like the same level as service industry.
Sure. I would assume people just get mad at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though I'm really not serving them with anything. I'm asking them to serve me. If so, that makes more sense than people getting mad at a store employee.
It's just, and like I said, I've worked service for a long time. It just baffles me the attitude people have towards service workers.
Yeah.
Whether it's just plain rudeness, not tipping, or like being ridiculously needy.
The whole tipping thing could be a whole nother episode, I feel like. If
it could.
Tipping culture,
I have thoughts on that.
I'm gonna put that.
I have thoughts, and they are complicated thoughts.
Whoa, we're missing a take. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I found it.
Oh, nice.
I'm putting a note. That.
But it's I'm leaning more towards the rudeness of it, not necessarily the tipping, because yeah, that's a different side of things. I think
Yeah.
that's part of it, but tipping culture is just a whole other conversation. But it's the people who, whether it's people can see that you're slammed. Like
Mhm.
I've had moments where my entire bar is full. There's like two of us working, and that's like I want to say, uh, that's 11 four top tables, and then a bar top that has to be serviced. So like it's not horrible. We can handle it, but like it gets busy. And then there are people who will come in who will make comments and be like, "Oh, you guys are really packed right now," and then proceed to ask for something new every time I talk to them. And not, I don't know, give me the list of everything they need and one go because I have to walk literally across the entire building to get all their dressings. But no, it's just that they have to ask for one dressing at a time. And it's like, guys.
And that's the thing is they don't even like you don't even think about that. Like as soon as you get in, you kind of acknowledge that oh, it's busy. That just means things are going to take a longer time for me. You don't think at all
Mm-hmm.
about you know, everybody in the back that is running around and screaming at each
Yeah.
other and forgetting everything else.
Or even mercy towards simple mistakes.
Mhm.
Like with a to-go order. Sometimes something doesn't get packed in there, whether it's we misread the ticket, whatever, shit happens.
Yep.
And people will blow up so much even though it's if we have missed something, we will be like, we will make that for you right now. Like, yes, it's going to take an extra 10 minutes. We apologize. We'll make it right now. And people will blow their lids over that. Over
Yep.
10 fucking minutes.
It's yeah. How would this system work in your mind that people
So,
are
when you
required to
turn
work?
18, it would be an industry of your choice. You could choose
Very
which
generous
one.
of you.
Yeah. But you would have to work for a full year, have employment at restaurant, retail, what have you.
So then it would kind of be like a draft situation where
Yes.
instead of, restaurants just waiting for people to come to them, they would just go open up some government site, see the list of people who just turned
Yep.
18 and select.
Yes.
Do you think that would just
Well,
result
I would.
in do you think that would just result in even worse service? Because now, instead of everyone's there because they have the attitude of, this is my job that I chose and they chose to hire me. Now people are just there with the attitude of, ugh, I'm being forced to do this by the authorities.
Yeah,
feel
and
like-
if you
I
get
feel like-
fired, you go to prison
Mm-hmm.
for 7 years,
If you do a bad job, you go straight to jail.
straight to jail. Do
I
not
think
pass go.
Yep. I think we found the even hotter take. Not only should people be required to work in the service industry, everyone in the service industry who does a bad job has to be jailed.
Yes, absolutely. That
The
would get rid
hottest
of
take of them
so
all.
many of my coworkers, and it would be so nice.
But then it would just be you doing all their work.
No, it'd be the good ones left, and we can handle it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a very sustainable system, but I like the idea.
It
of
is. Trust me. Thank you.
I like-
Thank you.
yeah,
I appreciate.
I
that.
like the idea of it. I just think that there would be too many people who just wouldn't even give a crap and would spit in your food.
I
or-
mean, that's the service industry as it is.
Okay. Do I dare
There
ask?
are a lot of people.
Do I dare ask how much food you've spit in?
I will say the spitting in food thing is a myth. That does not happen.
Okay.
If you get caught doing that, you will be immediately fired. Like
Yes,
that is
I-
a major health code violation. That is not something to joke around with. It is, yeah,
You-
that's bad.
You should be jailed if that happens.
If you spit in food,
You should be jailed. Yep.
I think if you spit in someone's food, you should have a trial over if the customer
was
was
deserved.
rude enough. Yeah, if it was deserved.
Yeah. Okay, so suddenly the tables are turning a little bit. Some cases it could be all right if the customer was rude enough, but most cases probably not. But there are some cases it could be warranted. Have you watched the show The Bear?
I have not yet. I've heard it is very good.
It is good. I like it and would recommend. But that gives you a good idea of. That's what I keep going back to when I'm thinking about this food service industry. Is it's just like high stress, constant screaming, running around, and I'm sure the show embellishes it a little bit. But also, I don't know that it does.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because like the place I work with, it's great. We don't. If we'll occasionally snap at each other, but like we don't yell at each other, and we're all super supportive of each other at the place that I work. It's very nice, including the managers. They're all there for us. It's fantastic.
Do you all have to say corner when you're coming around a corner, and then yell "Yes, chef" after every command?
No. We should yell corner. Well, they like kitchen. That's mostly a lot of kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
Typically, the only people who do that are people who have been working service for a while, who have been serving for a while.
I think
like I don't say yes, chef, but I yell heard all the time.
I think you should try to. You should start that up at your bar. Be like start yelling corner every time you go around the corner to see what people do.
Just scream corner.
Yeah. A corner. A wall. A
corner.
Table.
Hot corner. Sharp.
Yeah.
Hard chef. Yes, chef.
Yep, just like that. That would really change the environment. Really quick. I feel like
it would. People would love it.
People would start paying attention to you. Yeah.
They already pay attention to me because I'm their best bartender.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being the favorite. I won't lie.
So do you do any of the food service, or do you just?
I mean, I do. Do you mean like cooking or anything like that?
Like, do you serve tables or do you just work behind the bar?
Yes.
Okay. So you do have to interact with like customers that are trying to have dinner. It's not just people getting drinks.
Yep.
Okay. Because that is a whole different
job, that's
like
mostly
side.
What it is.
It's a whole different side of it too. People getting drinks, at least, it's a lot more casual. They're already drinking a little bit, so they're maybe going to be a little more lenient.
To be fair, when you're bartending in a restaurant as opposed to a bar, your goal should be to sell food because that's going to be a lot of the money you make. Because there's very rare is there somebody coming in there just to drink. It happens. Like we have some regulars because they like us, or like the bartenders.
Do you guys you guys get annoyed when it's just people who like come in, like a group of people just sit down at a table and then order drinks, and then you realize they're not getting food, like it's a low value table, like they're not going to pay you a lot of money for food. Because I feel like me and my friends have done it several times, where it's like, okay, we just sat down and we're just getting drinks, and it's like dinner time, and so now this waitress feels like she has to run back and forth. Even though we're going to give her not a low tip, but it's like we're not giving her the same amount of money we would if we were getting a meal.
When it comes to that, do I get annoyed? No. Because I make money off of drinks. Yeah. Especially if it's a server table and they're all just getting drinks. I make money off of every drink I make. It's fantastic.
How do you get money off of every drink you make?
Tip out.
Just through
okay,
I see.
Yeah. The server will owe me a percentage of tips based off of their alcohol sales, and at the end of the day, I get that money. Well, I get that on my paycheck, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Assuming
that's assuming they tip, right? How do you ever get people who don't tip? How often does that actually happen? That people just
no, tip? They owe me regardless of whether they get a tip off that table.
Okay, I see.
Which
sucks. Standard rule?
But.
So they owe you like the same amount of every table, or like
no? So It's based off of the price of alcohol
Okay.
because we're the ones making the drinks. So they give us. It's not huge. It's like 1%, if that,
Gotcha.
of their alcohol sales. They then owe to us.
Okay.
Mhm.
I see. Continue with your story. Sorry.
Which, so when there's a table that's just ordering drinks, personally, I like them because I know if they're just ordering drinks, I can probably sit there and chat with them, which means I can get them to like me, which means I can get a better tip.
Yeah.
But, there's busy nights where it's like you can't really do that. I also think your tipping, well, yes, it should be based off of service. I do think that's true. Because if you have a crappy server, don't tip them well. Always tip, always leave a couple bucks,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to tip well. And you should tip if you're just going in for like drinks or just apps or something. You should tip appropriate to the amount of time you spent at that table.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good standard.
Because if you're just going into drinks, but you spend 2 to 3 hours at the table chatting,
Yeah.
like that's a table that server didn't have, wasn't able to get tips off of while you were there.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good.
And that's my mentality of it. I don't expect everyone to think like that. And part of that is because I've worked it.
And they haven't, even though they should have been required to when they turned 18.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
What would you, if you had that option, would you still have chosen food or would you do retail?
I don't know. I wouldn't have been good at retail. I'm a terrible salesman. I cannot.
I mean, it's not like
worth crap.
It's not really sales per se. It's more just
that's true.
The cash register or stocking.
Yeah, which I can do no problem.
Yeah, I feel like food would be more fun. Not more fun, but it would be more stimulating than just standing.
I mean, I was born to be a bartender. Look at me. Like
I'm the only one who can see you, so no one else can see you.
I had it when there was a new girl one day at work, and I just went up, introduced myself, was like, "Hi, I'm Auntie. I'm the bartender." And she's like, as soon as I say I'm the bartender, she goes, "Yeah, you look like a bartender." And I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that if someone told me
Is that good? Is it bad?
I mean, if you like your bar, I guess it's good. If you weren't a bartender, that would probably be bad. But
I don't know. Bartenders are interesting people, though.
They are interesting people. That's true. They always have a lot of good stories.
It's true. You gotta have stories.
All right.
I think part of that is because like with the kind of people it attracts, it's like it's a job you can go into and out of very easily.
Yeah.
Like you will almost always be able to find a bartending job somewhere, and it's the kind of industry where you can just kind of leave and you can quit and it's gonna be like whatever.
I am not a social enough person to be a bartender. Yeah. I feel like there's a whole social aspect of it that is very important if you're going to make any kind of money from it. And I do not have that. Unless it's like a college bar where, it's so busy and crowded that you're not going to be talking to people and they're just going to tip regardless. Yeah. I could maybe do that. But then even that would be so high stress and uncomfortable.
It is very high stress some days.
Yeah.
So I worked on an ambulance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that sometimes, not most of the time, but sometimes working in a restaurant is way more stressful than that was.
I mean, I always thought that would be a stressful job, but then the more you think about it, everybody's kind of got to get out of the way of you. And it's like, obviously you have a injured person in the back of your car that you're trying to get as quick as possible, but everybody's getting out of your way. It's not like, trying to loop around like traffic that everyone's honking at you and cutting you off and stuff. No one's doing that to an ambulance. So
And a
What?
lot of the times, how the run goes is you pick up the patient, you go to the hospital, get vitals on the way. There's
Yeah.
like, if it's something major, maybe the medic will give them meds, but yeah.
Of all your many jobs, which one would you go back to first?
I really like bartending. I really like bartending.
So that's
I
what you would stick with?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Cause lifeguarding, like, I mean, that was a fun job as a kid. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah. Was that exclusively
The
at the
EMT
theme
stuff.
park, or was that at a pool?
Well, I also did some lifeguarding at a church. They paid me to do some lifeguarding,
Gotcha. Okay.
but yeah,
All right. Well, that's all I got.
cool. That's all I got.
Well, I guess.
Episode over, baby.